Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. Today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'll give you a brief rundown on all the loot associated with those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, and cheeses that you can use heading into the weekend. If you haven't had a chance to play very much this week, it's actually a really good week for solo players to farm, as some stuff didn't get patched, and you'll probably want to use it before it does. Those things tend to get fixed on Tuesday's reset, so we have the weekend before we should expect any major updates. But for XUR loot today, we have for Catalyst the Legend of Acreus Catalyst. We have the Huckleberry Catalyst. We have an Aeon Swift for the Hunter class with a 67 roll and a decent stat distribution, very high stat roll. We have a Severance Enclosure with another 67 roll, also not a terrible stat distribution, fairly even across the board. And then we have a 69 Hay roll for the Transversive Steps for the Warlock class. Not a great stat distribution with mobility pretty much wasted, but if you're missing any of these exotics, it's not a terrible week to purchase any of them, as the stat rolls are about as high as you'll see on average from XUR. Of course, we'll get those occasional days where we get something really high, that is 70. I don't think you can go too much higher than 70, maybe 71. The exotics that you can purchase from XUR cap out at slightly lower. I think it's one stat lower than what the max is, but I can't remember if the max is 72 or 71. Leave a comment down below if you know exactly what the highest possible stat exotic armor is. I know it's 71 or 72, but just let me know. We'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Remember, we do one every 1,000 subscribers. We have exotic class items available this week, so it's a great week to farm exotic class items if you haven't already. And, of course, because of Festival of the Lost, which is still going on until the 19th, you can unlock exotic class items without actually having to do the Dual Destiny mission. Now, I would really suggest this for all solo players. If you haven't done Dual Destiny, you're missing out on quite a bit when it comes to exotic class items. And once you unlock them through the festival, you can farm them from all the other locations, one of them being XUR. So then, once you unlock it, all you need to do is farm strange coins. Fastest way to farm strange coins is go over to the Cosmodrome and select any one of the strikes in the Cosmodrome and just run it over and over again. I would suggest Devil's Lair for the fastest strange coin farm with the strange coin buff active, which is on the next page. We also still have our Surfboard skimmer available. A lot of people have been asking why I haven't actually bought this yet. It's because it's going to be available until you purchase it, and for those of you who haven't purchased it yet, I wanted to at least let you know that it's still available, so I kind of like to leave it up until the very last second. I know, you can yell at me in the comments for waiting. That'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway. On our next page, remember, we have our exotic cipher. If you're looking to upgrade an exotic piece of armor into essentially an Artifice piece of armor, so give you that extra stat bonus slot, you're going to need an exotic cipher. Always a good time to pick one up from XUR. You can also get one through the rank rewards. On our strange offers page, I'm looking forward to some glimmer because I'm running low, but we have Ascendant Alloy for 41 strange coins. We have Enhancement Cores for 11 strange coins. You can get 7 Enhancement Cores. 13 Enhancement Cores for 17 strange coins. Terrible deals. Never waste any of your strange coins on Enhancement Cores, unless you're really desperate, but there's better places you can farm for Enhancement Cores. The Glimmer, on the other hand, is always amazing. Get 30,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins. I'm going to pick that up. And 44,000 Glimmer for 7 strange coins. Excellent. We also have our Favor of the 9 buff available. This is essential if you're looking to farm exotic class items. So you're going to want to pick one of these up. It can stack 3 times. You can't do it all at once. but you can stack it over 3 weeks, and even with one stack of the Favor of the Nine buff, just farming out the normal strikes in the Cosmodrome. That means you just go to the Cosmodrome and select one of the strikes. Again, Devil's Lair is probably the fastest. You will be getting a lot of strange coins. So that's the fastest way to get an exotic class item as a solo player currently. Unlock them through Festival of the Lost, which is very easy. You just need to get a lot of candy. I know that's probably the toughest part, but we've discussed several candy farms on this video. On this channel before. I'll discuss some more maybe later in the video. But then you just have to do one regular Haunted Lost sector to get a Eerie Engram. The Engram for, of course, the actual event. And then you'll be able to unlock your exotic class items. And then farm them at XUR to your heart's content for the random rolls. The only bonus you get from doing the dual destiny at this point is being able to focus your exotic class items. But anyway, let's get over to the strange gear offers. I'm sure most people are most interested in that. We have a Hawk Moon with full bore, ally magazine, quick draw, and combat grip. This is actually a really good PvP roll for the Hawk Moon. I've been interested in trying out the Hawk Moon again as I've been using more hand cannons again. Let me know if anybody likes the Hawk Moon still. If there's a particular role that you're looking for, let me know in the comments. Another entry into the next giveaway, of course. We have the Crimson available. I actually love the Crimson. I play on controller. I think it's great in PvP. It's pretty much a pulse rifle that gives you healing. People say I'm stupid to really like this in PvP, but hey, I think on a controller, pulse rifles are good. And this is a hand cannon pulse rifle, but you know what I mean. It's basically a pulse rifle. I would give it a try, but that's just me. We have a Borealis. Haven't found myself using this in quite a while, but I will say exotic snipers have crazy auto aim, so might be worth giving a try. I actually really like this sniper back in D1, but haven't used it in a while. And then we have the Thunderlord, something no one can do without. Pick up the Thunderlord if you don't have it. It's one of the most versatile exotics for endgame PvE. It's great for raids. It's definitely something you're going to want to have. It's always kind of the weapon that if you don't know exactly what the meta for a particular boss or encounter is, throw on the Thunderlord and you'll do all right. You probably won't do max DPS or the best set of damage, but you will do pretty good. So pick it up if you don't have it. We have a Blood Feud with dynamic sway reduction, frenzy, and right hook. This is a deep sight activation weapon, so remember you can use your harmonizers if you buy 3 of these. We have a Nightshade with Under Pressure, Headseeker, and Vanguard's Vindication as the origin perk. We have the Decider Shotgun with Slide Shot and Demolitionist. We have a Brigand's Law with Steady Hand, Rangefinder, and Right Hook, another deep sight activation weapon here. I actually really liked this sidearm when it first came out. We have a Plank's Stride, another deep sight activation weapon with Slick Draw, Harmony, and Right Hook. And we have the Semotician. Probably said that incorrectly. Let me know exactly what I said incorrectly in the comments section down below. But this is another deep sight activation weapon available. This one has stats for all, Danger Zone, and Head Rush. We have the Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard, Thresh, and Assassin's Blade for the Warlock. As far as legendary armor goes, we have the Simulation Gloves, or Simulation Armor set. This one has fairly good rolls across the board, I would say. Decent for the Warlock. I think the Hunter's got something really good for the boots, like a 65 with a good stat distribution, but overall mid-60s. And that is going to be it for all the information regarding XUR today. I'm going to pick up my enhancement cores here. Let me know if you picked anything up in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Also remember to pick up all the candy from the trees. So, if you're somebody who has not unlocked exotic class items yet because you don't have enough candy, make sure that if you don't play on all 3 characters, at least create characters and go into the tower and just do the beginning part of this where you can pick up the candy. Candy is across your account. It is not per character. So if you accumulate enough candy on all 3 characters, you can then go and buy your exotic class item. And just to give you a hint, this is a lot of candy. 60 per little node, and there's like 4 on this tree, and I think there's more on the main tree. So that's a lot of candy. If you get in all 3 characters, that should be enough. Almost all the way there to, or at least, well, maybe not all the way there. Maybe about 50% of the way there. But very close to getting your exotic class items. And you can just go to XUR, farm them out. So just sign in on all 3 characters. Even if you don't play 3 characters, or if you don't have 3 characters, just sign in and get that candy. I mean, why not? The exotic class items are right here. I hadn't done dual Destiny on 2 of my characters, and, well, I don't ever have to do them on those characters now. Do want to briefly, as we run over to Saint 14, just stop at Zavala really quick for this week's Nightfall loot, because we have GMs available now, and this week is a very easy GM, and we are able to acquire the Plug 1 Adept. Now, this is a newly rolled weapon, and I actually made a video and a tutorial on how to do this strike on the GM difficulty if you're looking for the Adept or the normal. Some good glitches that you can use in the strike this week, which is the Heist Battleground on the moon. Good for solo players as well as groups. Very easy one to farm. It's kind of a long strike, or, well, it's a battleground or whatever they're called now, but long but short. Long and easy. That makes sense. You know, it kind of is just a lot of ad clear, but a lot of places that you can hide, and a really, really easy glitch for the boss. So I would suggest going and farming this out because it's actually really good in PvP. And I think the new rolls also have some good stuff. I got a Volt Shot roll, which I really like for PvE, but you know, check it out. I would recommend farming it. I don't know when the last time Plug 1 was available, but it's been a while because I actually didn't have any in my vault, and my vault is packed with garbage. So I would assume I would have kept one around if they were any good, but apparently they weren't good, and now they are. Over at Banshee 44, we have a decent Battle Scar. I would recommend getting this because of Kinetic Tremors. This is good for PvE. Kinetic Tremors is just a great perk on all weapons, but I would definitely recommend getting that one. Not a bad roll on this Regent, as well as this Braze Love, like explosive payload. Make sure to pick up a couple of those things if you're interested. And now we'll head over to Saint 14 to wrap up the majority of this video. Then I'll run down a few extra little things that people might want to use. As I said, if you're looking to farm out the Plug 1, though, some great glitches in that Battleground, or whatever you want to call it, Heist, Battleground, the moon. This week, for solo players, if you're running on one of the lower level difficulties, or if you're trying to complete it on the GM difficulty for the Adept. This week's featured Adept weapon is the XUR'S Wrath. Shoraya's Wrath. I always say it incorrectly. You can let me know how I said it incorrectly, as I said before, in the comment section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. But this is a really good weapon. It's good for PvP. It's excellent for PvP, but it's also decent for PvE. So I'm sure the population in Trials will be fairly busy this weekend. Remember, at rank 10, you can still get a Yesterday's Question, the new hand cannon, and at rank 16, you get the tomorrow's answer. Both of these are very decent for PvE if you're just a PvE player. And then we'll quickly just run around the directory really quick. The Legendary Lost Sector today is over in the Dreaming City. Very easy one to farm in the Chamber of Starlight. And I have a unique thing that I'm going to make a video about probably over the weekend. But You can farm certain legendary lost sectors. Well, actually, I think it's any legendary lost sector. If you do it a specific way, you can get some very broken perk rolls. You can get perk rolls that you're not supposed to get from legendary lost sectors through Banshee 44. If you'd like to know more about that, let me know in the comments. Of course, you know it'll give you another entry into the next giveaway. Over on the moon, we have the Pit of Heresy as the featured, or one of the featured dungeons, and we have Garden of Salvation as the featured, or one of the featured raids this week. Remember, you can still farm out the Garden of Salvation, the first 2 secret chests, now offering the raid weapons and red borders. You can do this completely solo without ever having to do any encounter. If you're curious on how to do this, I will have a video linked in the top right corner. You can glitch in and steal the first 2 secret chests without ever having to actually fight anything. It's one of the best glitches that has been around forever, and it's just gotten so much better now because you can get the red border weapons from those first secret chests. You can do it, you can get both secret chests once per week. That's 3 characters, so you can get 6 secret chests every week if you do this. You just need to know the right method to glitch in, but it's a fairly easy glitch. So if you're curious, like I said, that video will be linked to the top right corner or at the end of this video. Over on Savathun's Throne World, we have the Spire of the Watcher as the other featured dungeon. If you're looking to farm out Artifice armor, you can get some from here. You can also, of course, head over to Europa and farm out the new dungeon Vespers Host for Artifice armor, as well as some of the new god roll weapons like the grenade launcher, which with perk weighting fixed should be giving you the exact rolls that you want. Remember, you can do this on normal, or if you want the Artifice armor as well, you do it on master. But the glitch for the second encounter, or excuse me, the first encounter, but you have to get through the first little preamble to the first encounter and then go into, quote unquote, I would call it the second encounter, but some people just call it the first and 1/2 encounter. But essentially, you go to the first encounter and you can glitch out of the map into the second encounter, 1.2 encounter, and finish the first encounter. You can still do that. It's not patched. I don't know if it'll be patched on Tuesday. It will be patched on a Tuesday at some point when it does get patched. It's unfortunate that they let us, the first little out of bounds glitch to get to the first encounter has been patched, so you still have to go through that part normally, but I think most players can, and then you just need to do the out of bounds glitch for the first encounter to get into the second area to deposit the bombs in that area to auto-complete the first encounter. I've made a couple of videos on this, but just know that the first out of bounds is fixed, second one is not, and you can still do this as a solo player to farm out the god rolls and Artifice armor. I believe red borders too drop from this, so not patched yet, but I would still always recommend farming it over the weekend if it hasn't been fixed, because it will be fixed on a Tuesday, hopefully not this coming Tuesday. Is there anything else as far as interesting things go? I think that's it. I know we have another featured raid here somewhere. It's over on King's Fall. If you're looking for Touch of Malice, you can farm that out this week. And we had the Star-Crossed as the exotic mission. But that is officially it for today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. If you'd like any more information about any of the glitches that I discussed, you can let me know in the comments. Remember, anything that I asked for a comment for, or any comment, gives you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. If you've watched till this point in the video, you can also leave a hashtag XUR, or hashtag Trials of Osiris, or hashtag The Final Shape, or hashtag Revenant in the comments section down below, or hashtag Festival of the Lost. I'll still accept that for another entry into the next giveaway for this video if you don't want to leave a comment. Any of those things, as I said, and to do any future giveaways, we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When and if we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, on the YouTube channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series or a PlayStation or a video card if you play on PC. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and as always, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you next time.